Good morning students, welcome to English class. Today we will learn about uses of past tense. Dear students, in the last class we discussed about the uses of present tense. Let's begin the class. Uses of past tense. So, past indefinite we will start. Right? Dear students, when we express past action, in this situation, we use past indefinite. Example, I went to school yesterday. It is a past action. Yesterday means a past actions, isn't it? So, here we have past actions. Whenever we have past actions, in that situation, we have to use simple present tense, simple past tense, simple past tense or past indefinite. Clear? I think got it. Next, to express habitual actions in the past. Whenever you have some habits, in order to express habitual actions in the past, in that situation, we have to use past indefinite. Example, in my youth, I played some games or some musics or something you did. Suppose in the past, in your earlier time, young time or in the childhood time, if you have done something, it is like a habitual. In that situation, we use past tense or simple past tense. Clear? Next, we use to indicate actions completed in the past. So, sometimes what happens, the actions which takes place, it is completed in the past, and always it occurs with the adverb or adverb phrases, isn't it? So, example, Ram left school last month or last week. Suppose this is what is happening whenever you are using past actions or indicated actions in the past, and often occurs with the adverb or adverb phrase. So here, Ram left school last month or last week. It is added the adverb here. So next, used for past habits. If you have some habits, all of us we have habits, isn't it? I have my habit listening music, or I have a habit of playing games. I have a habit of reading newspaper, isn't it? You too have many habits. If you have some past habits, in that situation we use simple present tense, simple past tense, or past indefinite. Students, example, he studied many hours every day. I hope all of you are studying many hours nowadays or in the past. Suppose you are studying now 10th class or 11th class. You may be studying in 7th class, 8th class, many hours. In that situation, if you have a habit in the past or some days before or some years before, in that situation, example is given, he studied many hours every day. Or you can say, I studied many hours every day last year, you can say. Isn't it? So, in this case, we use past indefinite or past simple. I think all of you understood about past simple or past indefinite, isn't it? So let's start another topic, past continuous tense. Okay? So past continuous tense, where we have to use actions that was taking place sometime in the past. It is not now at the talking moment or in the discussing moment or in the after some days or in the future. It is not. So the actions that was taking place in the time of past, maybe yesterday or maybe day before yesterday or maybe before. If you happen to meet someone at that moment, then it is called past continuous tense. So here you see example, the light went out while I was studying. Suppose yesterday you were studying or day before yesterday you were studying. It so happened. What happened? The light went out. So in that situation, we have to use past continuous tense. Example, the light went out while I was studying or while I was reading. So, here in the situation, in the actions that take place in the sometime in the past. So, in this case, we use past continuous tense. Next, we will jump to past perfect tense. So, when two actions took place in the past, it should be two actions, not one action. It should be two actions took place in the past. In that situation, we have to use past perfect tense. How? Example, the patient had died. The patient had died when the doctor arrived. So, already as the doctor was coming, as the doctor came, at that moment before that, the patient had died. So, here the one action has been completed, isn't it? So, the patient had died while or when the doctor arrived. So, when two actions take place in the past, it should be in the past. In that case, we use past perfect tense. Next, to express or it express those conditions of the past that were impossible to fulfill. Some of the past thing, whatever we now remember what happened in the past, can we fulfill it? Can we get it back? It's not. We can't do it. Whatever we have to do it should be done at that moment itself. If we don't do that, we can't do it at now or in the present time. So, example, if you had questioned him earlier, things would have improved. Students, whenever you attend the class, if you don't question yourself or if you have any doubts, if you don't question, afterwards you go and you don't get it. So, at the same time, you need to ask questions in the class. So, here, if you had questioned him earlier, things would have improved. That means you would have improved at that moment, or you would have rectified yourself, isn't it? So, we need to questions at the same time. So, in these situations, we use past perfect tense. Got it? Next, past perfect continuous tense. So, it indicates an actions which began in the past and then continued up to a certain point of time in the past. So, here what happens? The actions began in the past and then in a certain point of time the actions is taking place. So, here in this sense we use past perfect continuous tense. For example, at the time he had been working in the company for 2 years or for 4 years or for 10 years. Dear students, suppose you met your friend maybe 2 years back or maybe 1 year back or maybe 5 years back, isn't it? So, and you happen to express or you happen to say the same sentence to your another friend. At that time, what will you say? So, at that time, he had been working, or the friend whom you met in the past. What he was doing? He was working in a company, or maybe in a medical, or maybe in a hospital, wherever it may be. So, at that time, he had been working in the company for 2 months, you may say, or maybe for 4 months, or maybe 10 months. So, in that situation, in that scenario, we use past perfect continuous tense. I hope all of you understood. Thank you. In the next video, we'll be back the uses of future tense. So, thank you, students. Have a good day.